In this video, we'll show you how to edit the settings of a Gravity form. On the main Gravity Forms page, find the form you like to edit and click Settings. At the top, you'll have the Form Basics section. You can edit the form title or give the form a description. Next, you have the form layout options. You can choose label placement, description placement, validation message placement, and sublabel placement. This is just choosing where you want that text to show next to each field. So if you want to change any of these placements, just click this drop-down box and choose that placement option. Next is the validation summary. Leave this toggled on. What this will do is if there is any issue or error with the form while it's being filled out, it will show at the top of the form. Next is required field indicator. It is important to leave this as text required rather than asterisk or a custom option. Text required makes sure that the word required shows next to each required field, which is most commonly used and best for most users, and it is most accessible. There is a save and continue option. This will come in handy if you have a very long, extensive form. It will allow a user to save their progress and come back and finish that later. Simply just toggle that button on if you need to use it. There are a number of restrictions you can apply, such as limit number of entries, schedule a form, or require a user be logged in. If you want to limit the number of entries, check that box, enter the number of entries, choose if it's total, per day, per week, and enter a limit reached message. You can schedule the form, use the date picker to choose when it should begin, when it should end, and make sure to choose a time. Enter a form pending message and enter a form expired message for when it can no longer be used. If you want to require that a user is logged in to use it, click that button and enter a require login message. Make sure in this next section of form options that the anti-spam honeypot is turned on. This is going to make sure that it is reducing the amount of spam that comes through your form. Also, if the honeypot flags a submission as spam, please leave it as create an entry and mark it as spam. Do not use the do not create an entry option. If you leave it as create an entry, this will make sure that if a user submits a form and it accidentally gets marked as spam, you can still access that entry. If you want to use animated transitions, this will be applied if you're using any conditional logic on your form. It will just help with how it visually looks when it feeds into the form, just to make it stand out more. When you're done, click the blue Save Settings button. This will save all the settings you just adjusted, and it's the last step.